Okay, good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to another stream. I know it has been forever since I've gone live, and I apologize for that. But today I'm here to do some coloring, and I'm really excited to get to business. This is going to be fun. So I have this blank is a commission for Heroes Comic Con in Charlotte, North Carolina, which is where I'll be going on Thursday. Hopefully. It's forecast for there to be like super intense thunderstorms on Thursday here. So I'm crossing my fingers that I'm going to actually get out to the show. But yes, I will be going to Heroes Comic Con, and I haven't been there in like 5 or 6 years, so I'm really excited. Hello, Jessamine. Welcome to the show, love. Okay, so I am working on this Lady Death blank. I drew and inked it on the weekend just for some brain relax time because this last week was a lot of concept art for Divinica issue 5, which I'm so excited about. So I just did this to sort of chill out over the weekend, and I want to see if I can get it colored. At least a good bit today. My work for this week is cover art layouts. Well, this week is today and tomorrow because I'm heading out on Thursday. But I'm working on cover layouts. So that part I don't do on live stream. I wait until the layouts are approved / chosen because I usually give the publishers a few different options to choose from. So I'm just working on the commission for live stream today. Clipman, Stever, Rogerio, welcome to the stream. Aw, you're so sweet, Jessamine. I miss you too. Okay, so I'm gonna try again with doing the time-lapse video of this particular blank. So I'm hoping it'll work. Sometimes it's hard to get the full image on this guy because I don't like it right in front of my face. So we'll see. Yo-yo, hello! The gloves, yes. My precious. Hello, White Cat. Good. Thank you so much, Clipman. I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be fun. All right. So for some reason, it's looking a little bright. So I'm going to fix my, I'm going to fix the white balance on the art cam real quick. Okay. Properties. Configure video. Well, actually, you know what? Okay. Try that. All right, so it's a little, no, it's still really bright. Okay. Sorry, everyone. Technical issues as far as the brightness here. Maybe I'll just do that for now. All right, so I've just turned my light away a little bit just while I'm working on this part because it's quite bright right now. All right, so the thing that I have to be careful about is the back of a comic book needs to be clean. That's a gradable book rule. So if something is being submitted to CGC, it needs to be clean on the back of the book. So far it's still clean and I'm not going to let it touch my artboard, and that's why I've got this piece of paper here just to keep the back of the comic book as pristine as possible, which is really difficult to do when you're working with a bunch of art supplies and products. But I'm gonna do the best I can here. Hello, Levi. Welcome to the stream today. So I have my coffee, which I'm going to drink way far away from the blank. Now my plan with this one is to color it, like to make this veil look like tulle, you know, like actual wedding veil material. In order to do that, I've got to make it like wherever it overlaps, it gets darker. It's a tricky thing to do, so I'm gonna do my best with this. Just 1 second, I'm still not particularly happy with the art cam. Let me see if I got this right. Oh yeah, the focus is off, okay. So let me fix the focus real quick because it was looking super blurry. Okay. There we go. Much better. Okay. Hello, Juan. All right. So I've got my Copic markers here, and I'm just going to get going. Now, Lady Death has white skin, ghostly white. So I use cool gray Copic markers for that. These ones. So they have like a blue undertone to the gray, and that's what I'm going to be using for her skin. And then I always like to give Lady Death some aggressive eye makeup. It's just so much fun for me. So you guys will just have to like deal with that one. And then she always has red lip, red nails. The rest is black. Wayne, see you soon. Okay, so I'm going to start with the cool grays, and we're going to get her body done. Body and face. And here's another napkin I got at a restaurant, and it's amazing. So I'm going to use that as my dab pad. So I'm going to start with C0. That's cool gray number 0. Okay. And you know what? I think I'm also going to use 00, which is even lighter, for these areas on her cheeks. The top of her lips I've left completely in pencil, because that part I do with just the color. I don't like to have the lips completely inked. Wow, this marker is pretty full. And this paper is very, very thirsty. So I don't know, to me it's almost a little bit like watercolor paper. So I have to be careful to blend it quickly. Larry, Mitch, hello. White Cat, will I be coming to California? Not this year. I'm thinking about doing San Diego Comic-Con next year, though I haven't fully decided on that. And, you know, I'd need to talk with my husband and figure out if I can go for that many days. It's in summer break, right over both of our sons' birthdays, and it's like 5 days long, so it's an intense undertaking. All right, so I want her to have really nice chiseled cheekbones. Like I want them very visible this time. So I'm putting, right now I'm using Cool Gray number 1. So it's still a very, very light color, but it's getting a little bit more of those darker shades in there. It's definitely darker than the other two I've been using. But I'm going to go back then with a lighter tone and lighten, or blend this. I'm not going to lighten it really, but I'm going to blend it. Okay, so now I'm going to take the 0 and blend out the edges. And of course with Lady Death, her skin is supposed to be super light, but when you're seeing it with just her skin colored, it looks a little dangerously dark for what she's supposed to be, right? She is white as death. And but once I start putting in all the black that's going to be behind her with her veil and her black outfit and stuff, it'll all start making a little bit more sense. So right now, if she starts looking aggressively dark for what she's supposed to be as a character, worry not. Philip, hello! Hello, Nerd Boy Sam! Coffee break. So guys, I have been so slacking with my workouts lately. Like it's embarrassing, and I'm ashamed to admit that I have not been exercising like I should. So then this weekend, like, you know, like the brilliant human being that I am, sarcastic, big time, I decided that I'm gonna do all the workouts that I was supposed to do in the entirety of last week on Sunday in one shot. Now, granted, I don't, the about page that I have on my website, I need to update because I have definitely taken down the amount that I work out per day / some days I don't work out at all. And I've simplified it a ton. However, it's still lifting pretty heavy weight. So I did deadlifts and squats with, like, you know, I'm working up to being able to squat and deadlift higher than my weight. And I'm not going to talk about how much I personally weigh, but let's put it this way. I'm not a small girl and I'm tall. So it's not a lot, it's not a small amount of weight anyway. So I decided to do all of that, and then I'm doing some exercises to strengthen my upper back because as an artist, my upper back is, my posture makes it that my upper back is actually quite weak. It's ridiculously weak. So all I'm trying to get at is that I did all of my workouts on Sunday and now I can barely walk. I like waddle. I have a really weird waddle right now. It's so painful. My legs hurt so bad. So all this net and fishnet stuff is going to have a lot more of the black color in it too. For now, I'm just getting her skin tone in there. Nos TV, thank you so much for the follow. I overdid it, like, well overdid it. But you know what? That is going to be my thing. If I don't work out all week, I'm just going to, like, do it all in one shot, which is still, I can get it done in an hour. And that's going to be my punishment, is aggressive soreness the next day. Jason, hello. Don Lee, hi. I am alive, yes. I'm sorry for slacking off on Twitch. Truth be told, I could have done Twitch on Sundays, but on this last Sunday, but I was really enjoying sitting in my bed and I didn't want to move. When will you be seeing Medusa? Good question, Philip. I don't know if you saw my email yet. I sent around the diaries email. You should definitely check that out as it has some information regarding Medusa. But the answer is, as far as Divinica issue 5, you will be seeing it as soon as possible. So right now I'm using Cool Gray number 0. River Dragon, hello! Oh, thank you, Don Lee. Well, I'll be back as of next week. I'll be doing Twitch more regularly again. It's a little harder when it's kind of back and forth between shows and then Twitch and then deadlines and then show and then Twitch and then deadlines. It can get a little harder to keep up with, but pretty soon I'm not going to have any more shows to go to for the whole summer. So I'll be able to get in the proper stride again. Pretty much not, Steve. I have the Zenoscope. What is it? The Zenoscope VIP event. So I'm going to be going to that, and that's like the end of, no, it's like mid-August. So from now until mid-August, I don't have any conventions. Then I have Dragon Con on the last weekend of August, first few days of September, and that's it. Yeah. White Cat, that's a good question. If it's important that I stay in the lines, which right now, anytime I'm going outside of the lines, I really don't care as long as it stays within her body outline, because all of her outfits are, like, her entire outfit is black. So I can cover it and it's no problem. If you go outside of the lines somewhere where it matters, you can use the number 0 from Copic. Kind of works like a bleach / eraser. You can kind of push it back, push the color back where it's supposed to be. Oh, thank you, River Dragon. Woohoo! Congratulations about getting your Jim Lee books. Oh, thank you to Artist Life. That's so good to hear. Yay, and thank you so much for getting it. Oops, sorry. So I think this may be the first time that I've drawn Lady Death with her appropriate body size. And Brian Pulido, the creator of Lady Death, may just roll over in his respective coffin because Coffin Comics, I know he's not dead. That I actually drew her correctly. I sometimes tend to skew a little bit too thin with Lady Death, and that's something I've been trying to work on. So, success! All right, that was Cool Gray number 0. Now I'm going to go use number 1. So I'm going to make this part of her body in more shadow because I'm kind of having the light coming from up above. And so this part is going to be in more shadow, and then her thighs are going to catch the light. So even though there's no light source on here, and really in my line art, I don't indicate light source really. I kind of just leave it for myself later if I'm coloring it, or I kind of let the colorist decide that, and kind of I leave it a little bit open for them. So here I can just decide what I'm going to do on the fly, and I've decided that I'm going to have the light coming from up above. Oh, thank you. I just want to color. It's all going to come together so much more once I start working on her outfit, because there's actually a lot of elements in this that I haven't put in the inks. She's going to have a ton of beads. I kind of want to make her look like Lady Death took a trip back into, like, you know, the Spanish queens from the 1800s, how they had all the beads hanging down and stuff. That's where I want to really go with this one, is like a Spanish royalty lingerie look. Brian is awesome. He is such a cool person. And his wife Francisca is my favorite. She is so wonderful. Okay, I'm going back to Cool 0. And Cool 1. So there's quite a bit of printed material. I'm not going to open this book because that'll ruin the grade. But there's a decent amount of printed material on the underside of this piece of paper. So when it's really, really filled with marker, you can start to see the printing underneath. But it once it starts to dry, it loses its see-throughness. It's probably the wrong word, but anyway. Okay, cool grade number 1. Oops, I completely forgot to do my filming. I have no idea, Juan. I literally sit in my house. The extent of my, seeing the outside world is going to the bus stop to pick up my kids. So maybe. Okay, I'm just gonna get the time lapse set up. I know, I'm a real fail. I apologize in advance. There we go. Okay, yes, Jessamine can answer. Thank you, love. Okay, I'm gonna go to cool grade number 2 now. to just get a little bit more shadow over here, since this part is like completely away from the light source, and here as well. I'm just putting in a little bit of her stomach muscles here. Well, I heard my husband and son talking about it one time, but I wasn't super paying attention. Okay, so again here, I'm really not worrying about going outside the lines into her clothing because all her clothing is black, so it really doesn't matter if I go over the lines. Cert7, thank you for the follow. All right, and then it needs a pretty intense shadow here. And here as well, because I've got her arm kind of going back a little bit right over there. So it needs to have a decent amount of shadow right here. Okay, and cool gray number 3 for just a nice sharp shadow. Gabriel, hello! I'm online, yay! I'm so sorry I have been gone so much. So I'm using cool gray number 3 to just get in some nice sharp shadows. There we go. Oh, some are needed under her hair. There we go. Hello, Pro Prime. Thank you, Sam. Okay, so I'm gonna put the cool grays away. Oh, hey, DC. This is Lady Death. So I'm working on a Lady Death commission right now. This is a, for someone who answered from the Heroes Comic-Con exclusive, no, not exclusive. Exclusive is just always stuck in my mind. The commission email. You get to keep the GoFundMe rescue money? Sure. That is also true, Gabriel. Thank you. You're right. All right. So this is my little set of markers that I took with me to Denver Comic-Con. They're like my, if all else fails, must have these markers. And I'm going to start doing that for conventions where I didn't offer full Copic colors. I'm not going to travel with my Copics anymore. It's too heavy. Not for me to carry, but for me to check. And it gets really expensive, the amount of luggage I travel with. So if I'm not planning to use them, I won't take them. So fun, Sam. So I'm just putting back the markers that I took out of my set from Denver Comic-Con. All right, there we go. So now it's time to start working on her outfit. Yeah, I think I travel with 3 suitcases and each one weighs 50 pounds. I weigh them very cautiously because if they're overweight, it's a real bummer. So, you know, if I have to bring Copics, I bring less clothes is really, you know, the long and short of it. Oh, thank you, Gabriel. Denver was amazing. Hello, Fusion. All right, so now I need to think this through a little bit. I want all of these portions to be pretty much flat black because I'm going more for velvet as opposed to leather. Her legs and arms will still be the typical Lady Death leather, latex, shiny stuff. But for these parts, at least for all the like extra lacing and stuff, I think I'm gonna go flat. In which case, I always just go straight to T9. So it's toner gray, number 9. Which is my next... Always forget the pants, right? I still can't believe I nearly went to Denver Comic-Con with no pants. That would have been so bad. This 9 is making me a little bit nervous. It's quite full at the moment. But here goes. I haven't decided if I'm gonna take the fishnet that I've got on the corners and then right here. throughout all of this portion. I may, but I also liked it kind of opened up like that, where some parts of her chest are bare. I haven't really decided yet, and you know, that's fine. I can think about it for a little while. The beauty of working on something in bits and pieces. Oh, thank you, Juan. Yes. You like it with the open spots? Okay, thank you, Gabriel. Rude Batman, thank you for the follow. Kylie, hello. Oh, that's so sweet of you, DC. Thank you, Kylie. You are awesome. Okay, so the black part of her whole giddy up, I don't even know what it is done. So now I'm gonna try a few different colors so that I can get the mesh parts looking like they're not completely see-through. And then I do have more inking that I want to do afterwards as well. But there's some things that I kind of don't ink before I color them. I save it for after, just because when you're gonna color with Copic markers, you know, I use the Copic multi-liner pens and they work fantastic. They don't smear. But it always depends on the paper. You know, you can get the perfect tools, but if they don't quite work with the paper, or the paper is not as absorbent as it should be, you just run risks. So I always am a little cautious with how much I ink. And in my opinion, when you're inking to then go Copic it, less is more on your inking until the very end, and you can add more ink after. It's just safer. No, the mesh I inked, Kylie, but just lightly. Like, I didn't put the dots where the fishnet connects yet and stuff like that, because it's just more ink than is necessary for me to have the information I need to color it. I don't know if that makes sense, because I know that I'm going to be coloring it, so it doesn't really matter how much information there is. There just needs to be enough for me to know what it was supposed to be, and then it can just wait. Okay. I am always so grateful for my dab pad when a marker has a moment, and it did right now. So this marker that I was just about to use just had a little explosion. Also, I never really thought about it, but it has happened since Denver Comic Con. Flying and then altitude change does affect the markers. So, you know, something to keep in mind is if you're flying with your markers, have a dab pad nearby because they can sometimes leak. Oh, I see, Kylie. Okay, now I'm using T2 and T3 right now. And I think that may be sufficient. I had started out with T4, but that was just a little dark, I think. Like unnecessarily so. Boy, these markers are really not wanting to cooperate as far as they're leaking everywhere. Thank you, Kylie. Okay, so I think that's good on the marker for this part. Now, I still need to do the more leather look of her normal outfit, and then the whole veil, I want it to look like a black wedding veil, basically. So that's going to be exciting because coloring tool material is very specific because every time it overlaps, it doubles in like darkness, you know, because that's how tulle looks. It's almost completely see-through when it's just one layer, but the more folds it has, the darker it gets. So I'm going to have to probably go through my entire range of toner gray markers in order to get the look I'm going for, and we're just going to cross our fingers that it works. Oh, thank you, Juan. Okay, so I'm going to do this. I don't even know if this is the right time to do this, but I'm itching to try it, so here goes. I have beads that I want to put all along, so I'm going to try the whole bead look that I have in my mind. Turn that off. And then I'm going to make the edges of this one just with like some small beads. So it's not a perfectly straight edge. Shepherd Cranger. Shepardy Cranger. Thank you so much for the follow. So I'm just using the brush tip and the Toner 9 Copic marker. And the reason why I like using the brush tip is honestly personal preference, in that I find I have a bit better control than the chisel tip. Oh, hello, Keeman. They're going great. Thank you. Yeah. No, I don't know how to do that, Gabriel. Okay. So time to do the beads on the other side. Yay, thank you, Gabriel. Okay, and then here I want the edging to actually be lace. So these aren't supposed to be beads here, but it's just kind of where the cloth meets. When you do fishnet, there's always a little bit of a darker spot because it's kind of where there's extra strands. Now I'm just adding a few more random ones here just because I want to make sure it's clear that it's rounding a corner behind her head. Are you serious, Kylie? Oh no! Thank you, Tricky73. Kylie, let me know why. Oh, see you later, DC. Have a good one. Oh, I'm so sorry, Fusion. Yay, I'm glad that it's what you needed. Thank you. And thanks for being here. And the nice thing is, like, even though this is pretty plain right now, it doesn't have any bling to it. At the very end, if I decide it needs a bit more sparkle and glimmer, I can just use the Sakura Jelly roll pen and just kind of make it look like it's got little crystals all around and little sparkle dots. And so there is a lot that I can do on this to keep building it and making it look really pretty. And my thing that I'm trying to do here is to make this one very, very beautiful. Sins, thank you for the follow. Okay, good. Thank you, Kylie. We'll bring you so much cake. You're awesome. And thank you, Sins. Yay, I'm glad you like it, Gabriel. Oh, are you leaving, Philip? Have a good night. Okay, I feel like these lines got a little bit lost in all that was going on here. So I'm just darkening them up a little bit with the Copic 9 that I'm using right now. This is a Heroes Comic Con pre-book. I actually got given a bunch of blanks ages ago, but it was fairly requested, made it in on the email for Heroes Comic Con, but I did have the person's blank already, so that worked out rather nicely. Mr. E, hello! Alright. I feel like this is a little blank looking, so I'm just going to do these little guys going in. Yeah, that's really smart, Kylie. Okay, I feel like it needs the same on this side. Oh, thank you, Mr. E. It was fantastic. Yeah, Vienna graduated from 9th grade. Whoop, whoop. Oh my God, Will! So good to see you. Yeah, so my daughter has graduated. Now they have the graduation before school is done, which is a little odd to me. But yeah, so her graduation was last week, and it's so nice that I was actually able to be here, because a few years ago, I was at a comic book convention in Phoenix when my daughter graduated from 6th grade. And here, elementary goes till 6th grade, and then 7 to 9 is middle school, and then 10 through 12 is high school. So my daughter was finishing out middle school right now. And I was at Phoenix Comic-Con when my daughter graduated from 6th grade. And I thought I was going to be fine with it. I'm like, there's plenty of grades. She's going to be fine, and it's not going to be a big deal. But when Dan texted me a picture of Vienna in her little grad dress and I wasn't there, it was waterworks. And then because I was crying, JP Roth started crying, and poor Ebas is standing there with both of us like, girls, come on. And he was being so sympathetic and trying to like give us both hugs and like, it's okay. It's all going to be fine. Vienna's fine. You're fine. Everybody's fine. And I'm just like, whoa. Yes, it was a mommy moment. We had a mommy moment. Oh, wow. Congratulations, William. That is so cool. My son just had his last day of 11th grade, and then next year he graduates high school. So I'm on your tail. Oh, it's primary all the way till high school. That's intense. Yeah, well, the one that I'm going to have to really watch it for is when my son graduates high school. This is convention season. This is the thick of convention season. And I don't want to be gone for his graduation. And he's been pre-warned for over a year that is the one picture that mommy gets to post. So my kids don't let me post pictures of them. They don't care for it, and I understand. You don't want your mom. Let's put it this way. If we had our childhood years documented on Facebook now, there would be a lot of things we would be embarrassed about. So I'm grateful that Facebook came after I grew up. But I'm not trying to do that to my kids, so I don't post pictures of them. But I told him, when you graduate high school, I get to post a picture. Oh, I'm so sorry, Kylie. Yes, I did. I totally did, Gabriel. You caught me. I threw them in there. Yes, it's the one time. It's the one time I get to post a picture of them. Okay, so I am going to work on her, the rest of her outfit now. And I'm dancing around the, the veil. I'm really excited to do the veil and also a little bit scared to do the veil. Yes, signature piece here. Okay, so it's, no, I always start with toner gray number 6 and then I go to number 9. So I'm a little bit of a lazy pants when it comes to painting latex and leather, but I have wasted hours and so much markers to end up with the exact same look I get when I just use 2. So I've simplified the way that I do leather, and it saved so much time and just general pain in the ass. Thank you, Kylie. So the light source is coming from up above, in which case she will have shine here, and the underside will be in shadow. Yes, that's right. 2 markers, 1 white pencil. Okay, William. I'm going to be, like, this week I don't think I can, but if you're okay to wait until next week, I can, like, look at it while I'm at the airport and stuff, and then I can get back to you. Do you have my email? True story, Fusion. Oh, they have 6 of them up? Okay, yeah, I'm trying to, like, remember to check every day. I don't know when they're posting mine, honestly. Okay, perfect. Then yeah, mail it to me. What was I doing? Oh, yes. Temporary confusion there. Oh, thank you, Mr. E. I honestly don't know, Kylie. I haven't seen it colored yet. I think that it's 1 a month, and mine is the 3rd. So there's a while still before mine's going to be done, I think. Oh, thank you, Juan. Yeah, you know, the Copic marker crew now, they've changed their company name and website to Marker Universe. So if you go to markeruniverse.com, you can see all the markers that they have right now, and they issued a press release that they're no longer exclusively selling Copic markers, and so they're moving into other markers. And I haven't tested them myself, but they informed me that there's a marker out of France called Graphite, I think. You can see it on their website, and they recommend that one. I'm going to be testing some of them very soon, and I'll be able to give you guys more information. But right now, the import situation with Copic markers, Markers Universe, there we go. Thank you, Mystery. Right now, Copic is not, like, the people that have been importing Copic for the last 20 some years into North America are no longer doing it. So yeah, it's intense right now, and it's probably going to be a little bit difficult to get a hold of Copic markers, but there are other options, and I need to look into some too, because if I start running out of ink, I'm going to be up shit creek pretty fast. So yeah, graphite markers, I heard from the people who have been working with Copic marker for 20 some years, they recommended those ones to try. You know what? I haven't looked into their pricing, but I'd imagine so. And one thing is that the people, it's Imagination International is the parent company that's been bringing all of those in. And Copic raised their prices more than a year ago, and Imagination International has been footing that raised bill for the last year without letting us know. They just were like, we're not going to charge more for the markers, we'll just foot the extra, which is so cool. But anyway, I'm not an official spokesperson for the company at all. I just read their press release that they posted on their website, which you can 100% go read to and fact check me. But yes, look up Marker Universe. Jessa, Meep, thank you so much for posting the links. You guys can click on that. It's markeruniverse.com. Yeah, $4.25 a marker, though, that is a really good deal. And I've heard that they are very comparable to Copic. So I don't really know what the Copic situation is right now, where everything stands with that. Again, I'm not a spokesperson. I just read their email and their press release. Possibly, who knows? It's very sad though, because that company has been, taking care of all of us Copic users for like 20 years, and I've only been using Copics for like 5 years. Yeah, we're going to have to sort of just keep our ears to the ground and try to figure out what's going on. So I really don't know. I may be just filling this entire Twitch stream with massive amounts of misinformation. And if that's the case, I apologize. But that's just from what I've read. But still, like, copicmarker.com is now markeruniverse.com. Thank you, Juan. Hello, Puro Combo. Oh yeah, William, I love drawing Batman Who Laughs. Oh, hello, Genesis 23. Thank you. Oh, thank you, Mr. E. Okay, so I'm just gonna put some 3 in here. Just a little bit. All right, and then here, the highlight will be on this side. So this one and then here. And then I'll be doing, I will be doing some colored pencil and if I need to, some white acrylic on there. IAHFY, thank you for the follow. And Yo-Yo, I'm sorry. No. So sad. Yo-Yo, you are absolutely amazeballs. Okay, I'm gonna have to be really careful around her hand here. Yes, the colored pencils that I use work really well over Copic marker, and the ones that I use are the Luminance ones. So it's the Caran d'Ache Luminance. Okay, I'm just using some toner gray number 3. And switching to 9. William, as far as that goes, it's really personal choice. I don't really feel like there's a right or wrong way. I know plenty of artists that don't use toner grays at all. They just have the warm and the cool. So I just use it for things that you want to look colder. In my opinion, the toner grays, I'm sorry, sorry. Okay. So, with the toner ones, they are really good for when you need something to be black. Or when you need it to be in varying shades of a true black. So I use it for, leather, latex, anything like that. I use the warm and the cool grays. Thank you. I use the warm and the cool grays primarily for things like skin and other elements that aren't supposed to be a true black. Hey, James.
Yo, what's going on?
I decided against leaving that white. I'm going to do it with the colored pencil.
Yo, what's going on?
William, do you have the warm grays too?
What's going on?
I have, William, and I probably will do something like that eventually. I don't know if I'll do it on Twitch or if I'll actually just make a dedicated video towards it at some point. It's just one of those things, I'll get to it hopefully soon, but it quickly gets pushed for deadlines and the massive amount of commission backlog I've got. Gem. I'm just going to say Gem for the name because I'm sorry. I have a feeling I'm going to mispronounce it. Thank you so much for the follow. Is making this black and gray Oh, yeah. Mr. E, I'm going to put gold in here. I'm going to also probably add in some red. It's just right now I'm taking care of her outfit, and that is very much lots of black. Okay, I'm just ditching the T3, and I'm sticking with T6 and T9, which is what I said I was going to do at the beginning, and then I chickened out. Or I kind of got a little too smart for myself, and it actually ruined the look I was going for. So I'm going back to the original plan. That's odd if they hide the info. You know, William, if you're kind of not feeling it as far as like which grays to work with, maybe just start with toners. And just use toners for now. And then, you know, do something with where you if you're gonna do skin, use the warm grays. And then for everything else, use toner grays. And then if you're gonna do something with ice, so like in my opinion, this is how I break it up. Toner grays are kind of the one size fits all. Then the warm grays, use them for skin, fur, dirt, anything that's got a hueing to beige or brown. And then for anything that's cold or water or ice, use the cool grays. So do something like that where like toner fits everything. Anything that's more brown, use warm. Anything that's more cold or blue, use the cool grays. And then from that, literally just make that exactly what you do. And that's pretty much what I did until I started slowly getting a few years into using Copic markers. And then I slowly started adding colors pretty much one at a time. And then you kind of get it figured out. Also, William, there are a lot of artists, like comic book artists, that literally only use the 3 grays, and then will maybe use a pop of color here or there, but for the most part, they stick to gray commissions with Copic marker. See what they do. Go like check them out and see what they choose as far as all their colors, and that will probably really help too. Okay, now I'm using toner number 9. And I'm going to stop here. I'm not going to put the 9 in where her arm is inside the tool. I don't think it would really be all that shiny in there. And so I'm trying to mute it a little bit in where the cloth is. So the line is extremely thin. You guys probably can't see it, but it's right there. Just blending the edges a teeny bit. There we go. Oh, it is? Oh, cool. Thank you, Gabriel. All right, so it looks like I will be getting into the veil next, I think, because I'm still trying to decide what I'm going to do for her crown. I know for sure I want to have there's metal and then there are crystals. So the crystals, I haven't decided what color I'm going to do them yet, but the metal crown piece, think of it basically like a thinner tiara with crystals sticking out of it. That I want it to be gold. Lady Death is by design. She is black outfit with gold detailing. Hell Witch is the other way around. She's black outfit with silver detailing. So there is a decent amount of gold that I'm going to try to include in here at the end. Yeah, right? The veil is going to be the fun part. It's going to be interesting. We're going to have to see how this works, period. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually just get some veils. I'm going to write black wedding veil. It's the easiest way to find it. So I'm just looking at tool. If you guys want to see what it is I'm looking at, just type in what I just typed into Google and you'll see. So I'm just looking at ones where I can find the folds and see how dark it actually goes. So yeah, every time it doubles over, it goes to twice as dark. So I'm going to start with something very light because I don't want this to be extremely heavy, but I do want it to show up at least a bit. Actually, wait a minute. I had a thought. Yeah, right? There sure are. But I had a thought, and now I'm wondering if I should do it or not. Because if I decide to do that, I have to do it first. Yeah. Fuck it. I'm going to do it. I want to get this brush, which is the widest paintbrush I have. It's not really that wide. Wow, look at how dirty my fingers are. Damn. Okay, so what I want to do is I want to do red brush strokes in the background, which will help to offset the aggressive amount of monochrome that I'm rocking on the foreground. So I'm gonna do red, which is Lady Death's color, right? Well, her secondary color. I'm gonna do dry brush stroke sweeps with Copic ink. Yeah, right? Sailor Dawn comes out. Okay, so it's pretty fun that I actually have this stuff. Not gonna lie, I do quite enjoy it. Okay, so as you guys can see, this is pretty see-through, but there is a backing on this stuff, but I'm just going to get exactly the amount that I need, which is, actually, I don't even need that much because I'm not masking the veil. I will only be masking out her. The veil is technically see-through, which means I need to paint the veil on top. So I'm gonna do this real quick. And I'm gonna try in my life to not waste this stuff. So I'm gonna just get the amount that I need, which is here to here. Okay, so it's to about right there. It's really nice. This stuff actually has, like, it has little dots and lines on it, so I can tell where I'm gonna be cutting and how much I need. You know what, William? I've never used any other Frisket besides this. The first time I used it was for the Vampirella, and I just bought whatever the art supply store had. But it's pretty good. It's just not 11 by 17, which is unfortunate. It's 15 by 10, and it's Express It, Mask It. I'll put it right here. X-Press It, Mask It. So that's what I got. Okay, so I'm literally just covering exactly what I'm gonna need. Oh, hello, Adam. And everybody that's on here that's just watching, hi to you too. Thank you so much for joining along on this. If you don't know me or haven't been around for a while, if you're new, welcome. My name is Dawn McTeigue, and I am a comic book artist. I primarily draw covers, but I also work on one series published by Rothic called Divinica, and that is the series that I do interior art and cover art for. And right now I am working on a commission pre-book for Heroes Comic Con. Okay, there we go. So that is placed down. Where is my X-Acto blade? Zex, thank you so much for the follow. And I'm going to put my email list. I do not have a subscribe option on my Twitch. Twitch for me at this point is to show you the process of creating comic art. But if you would like to subscribe to my email list, I will be super happy. So here we go. And it's free, you don't have to pay anything. Oh, Thank you, Mr. E. You took care of it for me. And Kylie, you guys are amazing. Oh, hello to William's daughters. William, are you Will or William? Should I stop calling you? Is that like what your mom calls you and I'm like tweaking your brain every time I say it? I know some people have been like, no, I'm not, Robert. My mom calls me Robert. Who knows? I just picked Robert out of the top of my head. I wasn't actually specifically talking to anyone. Okay, so now I'm going to be cutting out what I want masked. This is the fun part. So I have to be careful. This is an extremely sharp blade. Will or William? Okay, very good. What's freaking you out, Gabriel? What happened? All right, let's see if I'm cutting enough here. Oh, I'm a moron. Okay, I need to go down a little closer so I can actually see this, because clearly I'm not cutting deep enough. But man, it's just so scary. Any of you guys that are cringing, I'm like cringing on the inside right along with you, because it's like the last thing I want to do is like cut the book. I'm masking out a small portion. Well, I'm masking her out because I want to do a dry brush background. I'm sorry, Mr. E. Juan, I am masking out a portion of the cover because I want to do a painted style brush stroke in the background. So I'm not drawing a background. I am sticking to what I said with my commissions. However, I'm just going to put a quick brush stroke down. You'll see. It's going to, like, this part is taking a long time. The actual coloring is going to take no time at all. Okay. Now, the part I cannot press on at all is over here. All along the spine is where you have to be so careful when you're working on blanks. Oh, Sarah's awesome. Now I'm actually gonna have her hair up in a bun back here. I just didn't find it necessary to ink it all in. So I'm just gonna decide where the lines are here. So this part is a royal pain. I have a feeling I didn't. There we go. And just give it a nice tug and it's fine. Sorry. Oh, see you later, Adam. Okay, I did not cut into this properly. Bummer. There we go. Oh, thank you, Kylie. I mean, Kara. Yeah, it's pretty warm right now, which is awesome. Okay, so all these little bits are really annoying. Well, that was nice and easy. Okay, so this part I'm not gonna take away. I wonder what happened. Everything is dark. My Twitch stream just went completely dark. Is it black for anybody else? No, it's not. So it's just gone completely black for me. Okay, then I'm just going to refresh. So I may miss a couple comments. Sorry about that, but I think I caught up on everybody. You guys were just answering me that it was showing up. Okay, so now it's showing up on my end. Random. All right, brush time. I have a little palette here, and I'm going to get out some red. I'm going to use R46, which is called Strong Red. And I'm using Copic ink, not paint or watercolor, because Copic ink dries quickly, and as such, it doesn't warp comic book paper. Comic book paper is not made for watercolor or paint, so you have to be very careful. So I'm just filling my brush with this. Now guys, fingers crossed that this even works. We have no idea if this is gonna work. But, oh, nah, I forgot to take off this part. Lol. That did not work out as planned. The Heartlander, thank you so very much for your follow. Whew. Oh, hello, Central Park. Getting all these little bits is not fun. Okay, now we can color it. All right, I'm filling my little pan up again with strong red, R46. It's a Copic refill, and I'm using a paintbrush. And we are going to cross our fingers that this works. Because if not, I've just completely ruined a blank. Now don't worry, there is something covering her face. I know it looks like I'm intentionally ruining a blank, but there is protection on her. Yeah, I know. I know there's Frisket on there too, and I'm also freaking out. Okay, I've got to fill it up again. I do have a piece of paper under there. Good evening, David. Well, Keeman, it is Copic. I am using a paintbrush and the strong red Copic refill. Now I'm just going to make it a little bit more dense around her. Sorry, Juan. And if I get any on the back, I'm probably going to do this same technique all along the back. All right, now I'm going to do the, let's see how the back is looking. I'm going to get some paper towel Just to protect this because I'm gonna turn it on its side now. All right, now I'm gonna do the brush strokes for the floor that she's on. They're still gonna be in red, but I'm gonna have them going the other direction. It's true, that's a good idea, Gabriel. I shall steal that. And I'm gonna now go with a darker red. I'm gonna mix R39 in with it. So it's a little bit more maroon. And I'm mixing the two colors together in my little palette here, see? Because I need this to be a little bit darker. All right, done. I'm not gonna allow myself to go any further on this. I need to leave it alone now. Okay, and so now I'm gonna peel that off, but first I always keep a little spray bottle of alcohol in my Copic set so that if I have to just do a quick little clean off, I can. So what I'm gonna do is move this to the side so you guys can see. I'm gonna spray a bunch of alcohol on this paper towel just to clean off my brush so I'm not ruining the fibers while I'm still working. That's awesome, Kylie. Get a little bit more. So that's just rubbing alcohol that I have in that little spray bottle, and it'll just clean off some of the Copic. Of course, I'm going to go clean my brush off properly once the stream is over, but at least it's not too bad. Look at my hands. Sorry about the light right here, guys. The sun is right there, and there's kind of nothing I can do about it. All right, time to peel. Moment of truth. Let me just put my... Okay, so there's a couple spots that I didn't quite get right, but I can fix that with the actual Copic marker. Oh, sorry, Michael Stead. I'm sorry that I gave anyone anxiety right now. That was not my intention. Okay, so this I'm putting to the side. I'm gonna put away my X-Acto blade and my cool gray markers, and now I've got the toner grays. So I'm gonna be using from T5 to T9. I'm not entirely sure which ones I'm going to be using exactly, so I've just got them all right now. And we're gonna work on the veil. So I'm just gonna try out T5 to start and see what it looks like. I think I can go lighter. Why is everyone gonna say you copied me, William? And I absolutely do not own the idea of frisket. That's been around for ages. All right, so I'm starting with T4. Oh, yeah, sorry. Okay, now I'm going to go to T5 and T6. I think T4 was too light because it's not darkening the red, it's lightening it. So I can't use 4. I'm going to have to go darker. And let's try T6. Yeah, okay, so T6 is about as light as I'm going to be able to go here, and I'm just going to have to lightly sweep over it because the T4 and 5 are not mixing with the red very nicely. All right, so T6 is the lightest I'm going to do, and now I'm going to go into T7 and T8 for some of the folds. Juan, that's entirely up to Brian. So what I do when I do commissions of Lady Death is if I can, I scan them and send them to Coffin Comics, and then they decide what happens with it. So if they like it, maybe they'll make it like a sketch series book or something like that. I don't know. That's entirely up to them. Okay, I'm going back to T6 for a second. All right, see you later, Will. Good night. Okay, I'm gonna get my red marker because there's a couple spots I want to fix up here. I want to even this out. I have to just kind of keep it looking as close to the rest of the brushwork as possible. So I'm kind of doing it in little strokes. I'm sure it's very possible if you take a little bit more time and attention to get, you know, the frisket placed down perfectly. I just didn't bother with it. So now I'm just going in and fixing up some spots or filling in areas that I didn't want to have to deal with the frisket. But for the most part, it covered what I needed it to cover. Okay, back to T6. I'm gonna try T5, even though I know it kind of messes with the red. Just back here, because I want it to be a little bit lighter. I probably should have inked these lines a little thicker. I was trying to like allude to the fact that the cloth was very thin, but what's happening is I can't really see my lines anymore. So I'm kind of coloring blind. Okay, now I'm switching to T7. Oh, see you later, Juan. Okay, thank you, Kylie. Thank you, Mr. E. So now I'm doubling over the 6 in a couple places to get it looking a little bit darker so that it has that doubled over effect. Oh, that's so sweet, David. No, you're good as far as that goes. Okay, switching to T7. For some of these darker spots. Oh, thank you, Mr. E. Yay, I love it. Okay, so now I'm using toner gray number 6 again to do the cloth that's under her. So I'm going to use toner 7 right here just to pull this piece of cloth into the foreground a little bit more. And then this to do some of the folds. And I have to be careful by her skin here that I don't ruin that. Oh, thank you, Zex Yokiko. That is so kind of you to say. That means a ton. Here we go. Sorry, the light is like right in my eyes, so I'm having a hard time seeing it, so I have to keep moving around. You guys are amazing. I really, really appreciate that, Zax. Thank you so much. All right, I'm gonna leave the veil now. Especially the fluffy kitty part, yeah. He's very fluffy. Okay. So I'm putting away the toner grays. I ended up using T6 and T7 for all of that part. I didn't really need any other ones besides that, so that was kind of cool. All right, now I'm gonna work on her hair and her crown, which is gonna be fun. Oh my goodness, I'm so excited. And then I'm using the Caran d'Ache Luminous in white for the highlights. So I'm not gonna do them all now, but I'm gonna be putting highlights in like this so that there's a nice pop of brightness. And then I'll just soften it out a little bit on the edges. Like that. And then this is where her knee is, so it would catch a little bit more light right about there. And then I need to kind of pull it out from the cloth at the bottom. So I'll probably just put like a faux rim light right here, which technically there wouldn't be one, but it's to just help her pop. And then maybe a little bit of highlight on her cloth here to help it stick out from her arm. But anyway, that part I can do at the end. I wanted to check and make sure it'll still work. Can I sneak Sherlock into the con? Oh my goodness. It would be so fun. Okay. I haven't decided yet on the crystal color, and I'm gonna probably wait and make that decision. At some point, I'm gonna have to make that decision, but for now, I'm just gonna leave it while I carry on thinking. I'll probably make them red, just to carry on with the black and red theme we have going on. Hey, Philip! Oh, thank you, White Cat. So back here, her hair is way behind her, so, and it's not facing the light. So behind her back, her hair is going to be quite dark, well, for white hair. I'm not worried about staying out inside the lines here because whatever I do with the crystals, they're not going to be white. So I can color in her hair without having to worry about it, which is really nice. Yes, that's very much appropriate for Sherlock to be the most expensive. Just putting a little bit of shadow here. All right, now I'm gonna get Cool Gray number 3 to put some nice deep shadows here in her hair. I may even pull out a 4. Jamie is awesome. Oh, thank you, Philip. Hello, Wildstorm. Okay, I'm going to use some Cool Gray number 4. So on the lid, it is C4. I need to push some stuff into the background. So that will be her hair here is going to go into the background. And here, it needs to be behind her body. Let's give her a little bit of shadow right there. And then I'm also going to do it here behind her hair that's behind her neck, because that would also be dropping back. And here in the shadows under her hair. All right, you know what? I'm gonna go red. Let's do this. So I'm gonna do red on her nails and on the crystals that are in her hair and on the crown. And actually red here too. And she'll have red lips as well. Happy little trees, that's right. So I guess in the end it really wouldn't have mattered if these got painted red. Oh well. Okay, I only have a few minutes left because pretty soon I need to go cook dinner. But I'm gonna put some depth into the crystals now, and I'm using R89. It's called dark red. So I'm using R46 strong red, R89 dark red. And they need some depth, and then I'll put some highlights on them afterwards. For now, I'm just giving them some depth where they're not facing the light. This is why I love the brush tip so much, because it really helps. If you need to do any kind of precision work, the brush tip is your best friend when you're doing Copic coloring. Okay, I caught it just in time. The marker was about to like leak everywhere. Yes, my youngest son has jujitsu classes until 8, and so they get home by 8:30, and I have dinner ready by 8:30 on Tuesdays and Thursdays, which are the days that I do Twitch, so it worked out perfect. On the menu tonight is spaghetti, but it's the we like spaghetti here in our household, and on Saturdays we have the spaghetti that all of us like more, and on Tuesdays we have the spaghetti sauce that our youngest Lyndon likes the most. So it's called Lyndon's Pasta Perfection. So tonight is Lyndon's Pasta Perfection. Thank you, Mitch. You want spaghetti fusion? Aw. Okay, I'm gonna do her lips now. This is the scariest part. So I'm not gonna talk or breathe for a couple seconds. Okay, and I'm gonna try something here because my brush tip there is a little bit shoddy. It's really not very good. You had pasta for lunch? Oh, that's great. Hi, Sloppy Octopus. Oh, no, it's Booply Quinn. I thought it was Sloppy Octopus. Okay, so I'm just going to get a little bit more precision in here now. Okay, and there's my sharpener. This is kind of a deeper red, and I'm gonna use it to put in a little bit of the shadowing on her lips. No, you are awesome, Kara. I just read it wrong. I'm so sorry. Okay, and then a little bit of black. But I have to empty out my sharpener because it doesn't work very well when it's too full. I'm okay with that. There we go. Now they are right. Okay, and I need to go cook dinner. But a ton got done today. I'm very, very happy. Thankfully, the whole background idea worked. And now I need to I need to go cook dinner. But my plan is after this to just do more white highlights in the places where they're called for, like right here. I'm going to do white highlights, and then I think I'm going to use my metallic gold paint to do her crown and the big spikes coming out of her crown. So I am so close to being done on this one. I will definitely post the final whenever I get it finished. And you guys, this has been so much fun. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. You guys rock. I really, really appreciate it. And I'm sorry that I've been so in and out when it comes to Twitch. As soon as Heroes Con is finished, I will be on live streaming a ton more. And I love you all, and I hope you have a fantastic evening. Thank you so much for hanging out. I missed you too. And for anyone who hasn't followed me yet here, please feel free to do so. I try to live stream 3 times a week, and primarily I work on my comic art here on live stream. I love you guys a ton. Have a good evening, and I'll catch you next time. Bye. Mwah.